Hello, welcome to Ducks News. And this just in.
Hi, I'm Justin.
And we have a spider menace in this room right now. And I mean it. There's a spider in this room. And somebody's going to have to take care of it.
Oh. Okay.
Breaking news. There is now a fire in the Ducks News station. And we are going to continue on that as it develops.
This is now the theme song, so enjoy the vibes. Hit like and subscribe, so live the life you live. Share with your many friends. Please take care from your friend nowadays. Alchemia, Alchemia.
Hello, Alchemedians.
Welcome to another episode.
Yes, isn't this a marvelous day?
And that is our pun for today, because we are...
Thank you, good night. We are doing Marvel.
And we are going to rank the movies.
And some of the shows.
Not
Not all the
not
shows.
all the
Because some of them, like Daredevil, and like are like, will take like 5 years to
Yeah.
finish.
And so we are going to put them in a bracket.
Bracket?
Fight.
Yeah.
And we, again, like always, we thank Bracket Fights for providing them.
Actually, I put this in my own bracket. This one's going to be fun because it might not look at from the color, a Marvel fanboy. And I know from you, from the fact you know a lot of knowledge about Marvel.
Yeah, I have hundreds of comics. So...
I'm excited to do this. Hit that like button and subscribe if you love Marvel as much as we do.
Okay.
And let me tell you, this is going to be an easy mode. I have another plan for another mode later in the year.
Now, without further ado, let's get to it.
Yes, let's begin. As I said before, this is going to be easy mode.
Yeah.
So everything is going to be randomized.
Oh,
It's basically already random, by generation.
Yeah.
So, let's get started. First round, X-Men First Class versus Thor Ragnarok. But
I understand.
yeah,
Okay.
and Thor Ragnarok is an amazing movie too, just in general.
I'm going to say X-Men First Class. As much as I like Thor Ragnarok, it didn't seem as important. Thor Ragnarok wasn't as important to the MCU as First Class was to the overall Fox universe of it.
I can't fight on this. It's First Class.
Yeah.
It's my favorite X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Also, I also stated in a note in here that we are allowed 7 roll-offs. So, X-Men First Class goes next.
Okay.
Second round, Werewolf by Night versus Marvel Zombies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that is hard.
I know Nick has a very good opinion about these two.
Okay.
Specifically.
Okay.
I know which one I'm picking.
Okay, as much as I love Marvel Zombies, I will admit that there was parts of it that I could do without. But Werewolf by Night was an amazing and so I'm going to go with Werewolf by Night.
I'm also considering that. I'm also saying Werewolf by Night, stating I remember Werewolf by Night more. Marvel Zombies I remember, but I more remember the What If segment of What If of Marvel Zombies than Marvel Zombies itself.
Yeah.
So I also agree Werewolf by Night should go into third round. X-Men Days of Future Past versus Spider-Man Brand New Day. The newest one, by the way.
Oh, Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Brand New Day. This is hard, but I'm gonna go with Brand New Day. I really like the Brand New Day, and Days of Future Past was amazing. But and if you know the storyline, it's even better. But their Brand New Day had like.
I'm gonna start stating something, by the way. I put up the roll-offs for 7 for a reason. Because specifically, I counted, there are like 14 out of all these Marvel movies, which there are a lot, and shows, that I do not like. And if I keep going for the ones I like, well, that's just gonna be too much to handle. So I'm like, what if I just divide that in half and then just try to not have my least favorite win? But like this, X-Men Days of Future Past and Spider-Man Brand New Day, that is a hard choice.
Yeah.
That is a very hard choice. But I am willing to go either way with it.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man Brand New Day, I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man Brand New Day was an emotionally awesome movie.
Yeah.
Okay. 4th round. Wonder Man versus Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
You know what? I actually really liked Wakanda Forever. I really liked it. Wonder Man was... I didn't see all of it, but I did see some of it, and what it was good, but there's... Especially because of Namor and the whole, like... Basically, they gave... They spent so much time giving T'Challa an ending. I'm gonna go with Wakanda Forever.
Yeah. Honestly, okay. I'm also gonna choose Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Wonder Man. Again, I'm not giving any spoilers, but the end of Wonder Man, it was all right. It didn't make much sense at the end when it happened. So I'm happy with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Not that Wonder Man was bad at all.
No.
Wonder Man was honestly really good.
Yeah.
Especially because this isn't even a spoiler because he was in the trailers for Wonder Man. The Mandarin from the Iron Man 3 movie was in it.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good actor.
Yeah.
All right. That means Black Panther Wakanda Forever is moving on. The Fantastic Four, The First Steps.
Oh, okay.
Versus Black Panther.
Oh, that's not fair. Because the thing is, I really like The First Steps. Because, like, Fantastic Four was, like, one of the first comics I've, like, ever remember reading. So it's important to me. And I believe it got the characters right as far as the personality sets go. More than... So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that, for me at least, there was more an emotional investment for me for Fantastic Four than First Steps.
I'd argue for both. They both are the first Marvel families.
Well, the thing is...
Because, like, Wakanda is literally just, like, one big family.
I'm just saying...
As Wakanda.
I'm just saying that...
But also, Fantastic Four is literally a family.
Because it was one of my first comics. It was one of the first series comics I started reading. And I do think they got the characters right and all that stuff. Where I do think they got the characters right in Black Panther, but I wasn't as emotionally... Because I did read Black Panther comics, but not till later. It was like... So,
Nick, you were with me at the theater. Why don't you think I would choose Fantastic Four: The First Steps?
Okay. So...
I mean, I love Black Panther too. Black Panther was a great movie, and I feel like there's a lot of story building going on with Black Panther. But Fantastic Four: The First Steps.
Yeah, there was... Yeah, definitely. Like I said, it was just something.
It was really good. Okay, 6th round. Spider-Man Homecoming versus Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, I'm going to go with Spider-Man Homecoming because... just because Ant-Man and the Wasp is the Ant-Man I forget about the most. As much as I like Ant-Man, and I do, I I'd have to go with Homecoming.
I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp was the funniest Marvel
Oh.
movie of all time. Not gonna lie. I also want to state this is one of the Marvel movies I wasn't the biggest fan of. I wasn't a big fan of Homecoming.
That's fun.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I felt like it's like for me, this is like the funniest movie of all time versus the cringiest movie of all time.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but if you wanted to go for it, I can. I mean, I'm really, I can do that. I mean, like I said, I don't mind. I never disliked it. I just after I haven't seen it in a couple years, and that could be it. But yeah, we could
All
say
right,
that.
all right. And the second one especially, funny, most laughs you'll ever see from me.
Yeah.
I died laughing. I'm Alex's ghost actually. Seventh round, Moon Knight versus Captain Marvel.
Okay, I have to go with Moon Knight.
You know what? Me too.
I mean, Moon Knight was I was actually underrated. I don't think it got a season 2. It really deserved one.
I'm
Well-
not gonna say how, but the way Captain Marvel got her powers in Captain Marvel, I hated.
Yeah.
And also, most of the movie was dark, so I didn't see what was going on most of the movie.
yeah,
It could have
I
been the
agree with
glare on my TV on that. That could have been the glare, but like,
that. Problem is with Captain Marvel for me is they kept saying like, "Don't get emotional," and she wasn't. She was just kind of sitting there.
hey, Nick, stop! You're getting too emotional.
Moon Knight had it.
And it's also my favorite like Marvel TV show. Like that's like it was one of the first Marvel TV shows. But let me tell you, go watch Moon Knight if you haven't. Amazing Marvel show, even as a standalone.
Yeah.
All right, next one, The Avengers versus the New Mutants.
Gonna have to go with Avengers. I never even see the New Mutants.
I have, and I will go with the Avengers because if I said Homecoming was cringy, I wrote a whole thing about the New Mutants. Yeah, that is. I can't even say the plot on YouTube. That's how bad it is.
Like I said, I never seen it, so I can't go.
Ironheart versus X-Men: The Last Stand.
The X-Men 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go with Ironheart, and because at least it does something that continues in the MCU.
Yeah.
And they tried. X3 had to be kind of written off.
I think I put it in my note. Okay, I even had like notes and stuff when I watched the X-Men movies and actually like wrote down stuff like that. They have continuously tried to write 3 off.
Well, it was bad.
I also didn't really like Ironheart. I did like the other characters. I just hated Ironheart herself.
Well, I will admit.
Because she was just mean the entire movie for me.
Well,
Everybody else I felt like was like...
yeah, understandable. But no, yeah, so I'm going to go with Ironheart.
I'll choose Ironheart for you. And also for me, because honestly, like, even I saw my notes. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse versus Daredevil.
I'm going to go with Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. I will say, I will take a note of this. Daredevil is a hilariously funny, unexpected funny movie. Go watch it. I know people say it's bad, but let me tell you, it's the most hilarious bad you'll ever get.
It's the best part is the only person that's trying is the guy that played Kingpin.
No, and Arrow guy. He's like
Oh, yeah,
overacting like the
Colin
most.
Colin Farrell. He played Bullseye.
Bullseye. You won't understand that unless you watch the movie. So I get to that because that's a good movie. It's funny.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is going on. Spider-Man Far From Home versus Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Oh, this one.
I think I know my answer,
I
but
love Far From Home, but I have to go with Winter Soldier.
I'm also gonna go with Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I do love Far From Home. Far From Home, like, brought a lot into the MCU that.
Yeah,
done a lot.
I mean, without Far From Home, basically, I don't think you can really have the whole multiverse stuff.
I don't think you'd have Brand New Day.
Well, not only that, you also wouldn't have a lot of the stuff from
No Way Home. Yeah.
No, I was gonna say, like, I think it brought a whole thing of Multiverse of Madness, and without Multiverse of Madness, WandaVision goes nowhere.
And most of, like, what comes after, like,
And Multiverse of Madness,
Endgame, it's like,
and it's not connected. Then without Multiverse of Madness, you're not connected to the X-Men anymore.
but
So,
yeah, Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
but Winter Soldier is just such a good
was
movie.
a really good movie.
Yeah,
Honestly,
and
I'll even be honest. This might be a spoiler for the rest of the list.
and
This was my favorite Captain America. Well, actually,
Well,
there's two. There's
'cause
two Captain America movies
you
that
also-
I really like, but I'm not the biggest fan of Captain America movies except for two of them, and this is one of the two.
and this one actually I think connects everything probably better than Brand New Day and sorry
Far
Far From Home. And because if you don't have this, you don't have Civil War.
Spider-Man 2 versus Eyes of Wakanda.
Which Spider-Man 2?
The first one, like the first, Tobey Maguire.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not.
I
that-
forget about Eyes of Wakanda.
No, it's not that I forget about it. It's just it's.
And I think it's very historical. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's why I forget about it,
But-
because it's like,
Uh,
it's a historical kind of thing, replacing an
But,
actual
yeah,
historical event with
the whole
Wakandans.
the whole
It
thing.
was fine. It just slept through a lot of it.
No, for me, it was the whole thing of Iron Man or Spider-Man 2. Like, it was the one with Dr. Octopus. It was. It
Also,
was just
Spider-Man
so
2
good.
was
It was just
pretty
so good. Rank Fox Marvel movies, it would be at the top, one of the top of the list.
I have some things to say about that, but
Yeah.
as the list of like what goes against
Yeah.
what, Spider-Man 2 goes on. The Amazing Spider-Man,
The Garfield one.
yeah,
Okay.
versus Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay, this one isn't as easy for me because I actually did like the Amazing Spider-Man, and today did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I'm like.
Yeah.
I just don't like the character of Mary Jane as much as I like the character of Gwen Stacy. Lizard over Vulture.
Now, I'll admit, while I did find Amazing Spider-Man, and I'll say it, kind of boring, there were some fun scenes. There were.
Well-
I'm not gonna lie about that. There were some fun scenes that happened with it.
Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is the Peter Parker stuff. Like, when he's Spider-Man, it's great. But when he's Peter Parker, it's very... So I'm going to say that, I'm going to say no one.
Oh no, yeah, you're right, because he is like one. I think it's said like online that like he is the best Spider-Man, but like no, not like Tobey Maguire's best
Peter Parker.
Peter Parker, while Andrew Garfield's best Spider-Man, while Tom Holland kind of has a mix of both.
Yeah. Uncle Ben's stuff in the Andrew Garfield stuff was kind of rushed along. Just comparing the two side by side, I would still pick No Way Home.
Also, how can you fight against what you already in like twice? Andrew Garfield versus Andrew Garfield? They're the same picture. All right, next one. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 versus Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania.
Okay, unironically, Ant-Man Quantumania.
Okay. Okay, I'll be honest. This might The Amazing Spider-Man 2 might be the second most like funniest movie, like unexpectedly. But let me tell you, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Well,
I absolutely loved. I'm not gonna lie.
well, I'm not gonna say that it's the best movie of all time.
Oh no, it's not. But like,
here's the thing for me and Amazing
but
Spider-Man.
I had such a good time at the theater when I watched it.
But here's the thing, for me, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, entire movie was to kill off Gwen Stacy.
Well, because she like deliberately was getting close to Spider-Man for like no reason.
I understand.
She was like literally getting close. He was like, "No, don't get close to me. Don't get close to me." He literally said, "Don't get close to me," and she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna get close to you." And then what do you expect her to happen? Then it's like a train telling you to stop going toward the tracks, and what do you do?
No, I don't. I'm not gonna go with that far. But the thing with Amazing Spider-Man 2 is that it was very like the whole movie was written to write her off. They threw in the Green Goblin at the very end just to kind of just to have something to do. This movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. And the real problem is, I was looking forward to this. I was looking forward to this movie, and because I wasn't like rooting against Sony Marvel. It's just that this was bad. It's for me. I understand other people liked it. And again, they killed off.
I think it's because you actually watched it on the time that it came out and you were excited for it. Meanwhile, I watched it at a different time when I'm watching all these other Marvel movies, and I'm watching this and I'm like, you know what? This is kind of funny.
Well, the thing is, yeah, it's funny, but it's not supposed to be funny. And
so say a lot of friendships were made in the movie that I liked, but like, what do you think? I love Ant-Man Wasp: Quantumania. That's my main reason why I'm picking Ant-Man Wasp: Quantumania.
I mean, the whole thing of Quantumania, I think it was overhated. Okay, Mojo wasn't designed the best, but so what? Or MODOK wasn't designed the best, but I didn't care about the whole design because that.
Honestly,
only in the movie,
he was smart. Yeah, like, it was a smart decision.
The thing is, he wasn't like the biggest part of the movie anyway, so I don't think it mattered. But I mean, if he was the main villain of the movie, I think it would have mattered more.
Honestly,
but he wasn't.
I look at him as a smart decision more than like funny looking.
I think MODOK,
because of like who was supposed I think it was Justin Hammer or something like that who played it, which I love Justin Hammer. So the fact that he came back as MODOK made me happy.
See, I think the whole reason he was in there was just to promote the series that was not going at the time. I can't prove that, but that seems like
they were like really close together.
But I don't think it really mattered. I don't think his character mattered, so I didn't really look at him as being the end all of judging it. And
I'm just happy Justin Hammer got back.
Okay.
WandaVision versus Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay, we might actually have to dice roll on this one because I know how you feel about WandaVision.
I don't like Vision.
Yeah,
and the fact that they made him such a big deal, and then it wasn't really even him, and so it's just a memory type.
Meanwhile, I thought Brave New World was boring. It was a lot of political talk.
Here's the thing: is that I do think that it was a very political movie, but I think it was important. You're not a big fan of things like Star Wars or other things like that. That's fine. I'm just saying that sometimes
I will say, Harrison Ford as like the mayor made sense.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say about it. Saying by the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, he becomes like the suit that he's wearing today, and in Brave New World. But it kind of more explains like how he's the hero with the suit, you know. But that's all I can say in that matter. But it's like a side story that already happens because he's already got the suit and everything.
Yes, it was a bit more toned down, but I don't think that's a negative. It's like I understand a lot of the because here's what I think: Marvel basically has covered every genre. The only thing I don't think they've covered is musicals. If you look at it, and so when you look
besides in Hawkeye,
so when you look at the MCU,
Because they do that in Hawkeye.
Yeah, but but the thing is, I think that when you look at a political drama, and of course there's different things you're not going to like, and I'm not going to say you don't, but I actually kind of am into the political dramas a little bit. I can be. There has been great political dramas for me. But if you don't like them, yeah, you're probably not going to like Brave New World.
I love WandaVision. That's also a thing.
Yeah, that could be it. I understand.
Because like it was a real mystery when I first watched, and when I watched it again, it just continues on with the mystery and the more stuff you find out.
WandaVision to me was very much.
Plus, it has my favorite actress of all time, Kat Dennings.
Yeah, WandaVision to me felt a lot like a Family Guy skit, and like I understand that there was it wasn't, and I don't say that as a bad thing. I just say that as it felt like a really long Family Guy skit. So I understand without it you can't have Multiverse of Madness. I do. I just didn't. I just don't like Vision.
If you want, we can roll for this one.
Yeah. Let's roll for it.
I feel like this is a perfect time because we are very. Yeah. All right, let's get the dice. Got the dice, but why have one dice that can multiply when you could have twice? Anyway.
All
right. WandaVision. Here we go.
All right.
8.
All right. Okay.
High, but not too high. Come on.
So, here we are. 11.
Okay, I guess that means Brave New World moves on.
Yep.
Okay, number 16. Loki versus X-Men Origins Wolverine.
No, it's Loki.
It's
Loki. It's Loki.
Loki, this was an easy answer.
I'm not no. Wolverine had its moments, but that was it. I
think I put on here it's overhated, but
it is because the final scene where him and Sabretooth were back to back was an awesome scene, and then some of the missions that he was on were cool, but the vast majority of the movie was just kind of them. No, I can't put
this one.
Loki was so good.
Thunderbolts versus Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, yeah. Because I do think Thunderbolts was extremely overhated. Like a lot of people just didn't see it and then they wanted it. But I think I'm going to go. Yeah, it's got to be Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah, listen. I love Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I thought it was incredible. Psychologically, this was the best Marvel. One of the best. But Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean.
Yeah, and honestly, Thunderbolts had probably one of my favorite villains. Sentry Void was an amazing villain, but yeah. And I think
and plus it made a character I didn't even like at first turn into someone I actually get such a redemption arc that kind of made me like him more.
Yeah.
So that kept me going with it. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Echo versus Iron Man 2.
What?
Get it? Because Echo's death.
I'm gonna go. That's the only time I'm gonna be able to make that joke because my answer is Iron Man 2. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Echo was a bad show.
Honestly, I remember the day I watched it. I just don't remember much besides her fighting Daredevil and then Kingpin not winning but losing, and then he's becoming president. It's like, I have a new business opportunity.
Well, it's the whole thing of
I mean, Echo's a cool superhero. It's just
No, but it jumped a lot. It really did, and that's the one thing I don't watch shows like all at once. I kind of watch them little by little, and when it jumps like that, it's hard for me to follow anyway. So, but yeah, Iron Man 2 was the one with Whiplash, who was like again one of my favorite comic book villains, and especially and one of my favorite villains from the Armored series.
and it had one of my favorite villains too. Justin Hammer. Justin Hammer Part 2.
The only thing I think that they screwed up on is I think when it was Justin Hammer, they should have went with a Platinum Man. But that's
I love
that's
I love
the
Justin
hero there.
Hammer, so I mean if Platinum Man was there, more Justin Hammer.
Yeah.
I love Justin Hammer. She-Hulk versus the Marvels.
Oh, the Marvels.
The Marvels all the way.
I will admit the ending was bad.
Yeah, changing the ending out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So
Kraven the Hunter versus Venom.
oh,
The first one.
the first one. Okay. Again,
And I love Kraven the Hunter.
yeah, Kraven Hunter was actually pretty decent. Of all the Sony villain arc movies, I think the only problem with Kraven is that when it came out. It came out against a really, I think, if I remember right, it came out,
Like December. It came out.
yeah, it came out in December. I want to say it came out against, like, Avatar, didn't it?
My thing, okay, here's why I think it also did bad. Like the previous movie that came out that year
Yeah.
was Madam Web.
Yeah, it was just
So
no one, everyone hated Madam Web. If they would have brought it out in where the Madam Web was, and then let Madam Web be its time slot a little better, even though, because people just didn't like Madam Web, but Kraven wasn't that bad.
Kraven was, honestly, I liked it.
But Venom had, I mean, there was so many iconic scenes too, and it brought the actual comic Venom to life. So I'm gonna go with Venom. I'm still stuck on the last question.
Again, I'm either way for this one because I love Kraven the Hunter, but I also had a lot of fun with Venom, so it's like
Yeah,
Nick's to decipher on this one.
I'm gonna go with Venom.
So Venom.
Yeah.
Ant-Man versus Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. We just want to clarify, Ant-Man is my favorite superhero of all time.
Yeah. I'm going to go just because it's more important at this current moment is Ant-Man. Shang-Chi might become more important after Doomsday. I don't
Thank
know.
God. Again, this was another one where, honestly, if you would have put Shang-Chi, I would have been like, you know what? I can see that.
Yeah, it was good.
Because Shang-Chi was really, really good.
But you're right. They were about as good as each other in different ways. But one, Yellow Jacket's an amazing villain. I always liked Yellow Jacket as a villain. And I just think Ant-Man is more important to Marvel as of the time we're recording.
Yeah. Let's go, Ant-Man. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier versus Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Like I said, I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it set up both Thunderbolts and it set up Captain America Brave New World. But I'm not going to fight for it over Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and so I'm.
Plus, this did something that it did recurring because they realized something.
Yeah.
The soundtracks are amazing.
Oh yeah. So I
and
think
also
I bought
just
this.
the movie in general.
Yeah, I bought the record for Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Grandma also listened to it because she also listened to it.
Yeah, because I have a record. So it's and who
Can't fight against my grandma.
So okay.
So we're going Guardians of the Galaxy 2! Let's go! Deadpool 2 versus Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the show.
Oh. Okay, I liked Deadpool 2, but I really liked this Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the one that was just made. Yeah, with I cannot remember her name, but I do know what you're talking about. It was an actual really good show where like Norman Osborn was a good guy.
Yeah, and you actually see like all the like deciphering plans with them, and
Yeah, I really liked it. It was
and then actually have like a cool bond while he's still Spider-Man.
yeah, and it kind of shows them like he's not. He's really bad at it, which I love when they do, like, because he's Spider-Man, but he's also bad at being Spider-Man, which was something I love from Ultimate Spider-Man. But I'm going.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't this the one where he got this one from a spider from like high school?
Yeah, he got this from a spider from
Because Doctor Strange opened a
from the other universe.
Yeah.
So I thought that was.
I thought that was a cool explanation.
Yeah, they didn't go through every explanation. That's that he was on a lab trip or something because he was kind of a mediocre student. He wasn't like the best student. Well, he was at a specialty school, but he wasn't like the best person at the specialty. He was starting.
And I think it really delved into that specific part of it.
But then on the other hand.
Deadpool 2.
Yeah, Deadpool 2, and you have them fighting the Juggernaut, and it was actually a cool version of the Juggernaut, and he did do that cool he had like the whole sacrifice at the end, and
Yeah, and then
okay, I'm going to go with Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
but if this was a show, if this was,
I feel like I have a cool sense of love between both of them.
Yeah.
Where again,
I wouldn't care which one of these won.
Yeah, where
I'm
like
going to go with Deadpool 2 because
I also really love the scenes of when they're trying to choose a superhero in Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
and they're so funny.
I just like the X Factor aspect of it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Deadpool 2.
All right, Deadpool 2. Let's go.
What?
Venom: The Last Dance versus Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna go with Last Dance. I do think that it was important to the series, and no matter what happened with Venom, I think it was a cool way to end it if they did end it. I don't know what's going to happen with Venom.
Even though the villain of that movie didn't do anything.
Krill?
The god, yeah.
Yeah, that's damn Krill. Krill, Venom couldn't beat Krill. I mean, I love Venom, but he couldn't beat Krill like in any logical way. And honestly, Krill could be in future MCU. Now that they didn't just kind of like one shot him with Venom.
I also really love Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, I didn't think it was bad, and I thought it had a great villain.
I think it was one of the best villains.
Oh yeah,
in general for me.
And I didn't have an issue with Jane becoming Thor because like I said, I read comics, and I knew that was going to happen eventually. It feels like they undid it. Like, so it wasn't that important because they've already done it. Like you can see in Doomsday, and these aren't spoilers. This is just a trailer. That he's Thor. He has Mjolnir again.
I mean, okay, I didn't really, because they
undone it so much that it's not even that important of a movie to watch. And
I feel like just emotionally for me, like
I'm not saying it's bad. It was way overhated. I don't have anything against it.
Honestly, from what you said before we watched Thor: Love and Thunder, it made me happy that you said you liked it afterwards.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I didn't like. Was it the best MCU movie? No, But it didn't have to be. It was still. I just like you can just have fun with a movie, and that's what it was. Is that it doesn't have to be important or like keep going on.
Frankly,
You just like it.
just look at it as its own movie, real quick. Thor: Love and Thunder. Just look at it as its own movie.
Yeah,
And
if you
honestly,
did, it's a fine movie. It's decent.
yeah.
But if you want to look at it as an MCU like continuation movie, I understand some of the complaints, not all. Like I think a lot of people just complain to complain.
I'm happy with The Last Dance going forward.
Yeah,
if you want.
yeah.
All right. Because also the end credits song went hard.
Yeah.
And I started like dancing once that song played up.
Yeah.
Just awesome. Agatha All Along versus Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Not even.
Yeah, I love Agatha. Just
it was just a Halloween special, and that it did a good job as a Halloween special.
frankly, you know what I was impressed with? This was basically WandaVision, but with Agatha in control instead of...
Yeah, but I think they overestimate what Agatha can do, where they're like, oh, she can fight the Scarlet Witch. No, she cannot. You know, I don't have anything against Agatha.
I think they even realized that kind of in the show. Like,
yeah, because it's like, if she went up against Scarlet Witch, who, like, basically held her own against Thanos, no, like, she's not that... I mean, there are so many more powerful magic users in the MCU than Agatha. And I like I said, I think it was a good Halloween special.
What If versus Fan Four Stick?
I don't know.
This is a toughie.
Yeah, it's What If.
What If, bro? They put in so much good work into What If. What's the animation?
Yeah, and Fan Four Stick was just like half the movie didn't. If you cut it, no one would notice. That was like it's almost funny because of how bad it is. I almost want to push it on just so it loses something better, but it is what it is. It's What If. It's definitely
It's What If. Captain America: The First Avenger versus the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Oh, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, but I can't put it above First Avenger. I just can't. I love the Holiday Special. It's like something I watch every Christmas now. But no.
There's 2 movies I watch for Christmas, and this is one of them.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, both of them involve swearing.
But no, so I'm going to go.
And people getting beat up.
So I'm going to go with First Avenger.
I'm gonna go with the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Okay. I guess we're rolling for it. I guess.
Yeah, because honestly, I found it kind of boring from the first events of stuff.
I love the First Avenger, but I'm not opposed to rolling for it. Right?
Yep. 8. All right, I have a chance. Sit up. 11.
Oh.
How the shoe fits on the other side, doesn't it? Literally, you got 8 and I got 11 while that happened last time. I Am Groot versus Fantastic Four, the first movie.
Okay, I like I Am Groot, but it was just a joke series. I'm going to go with Fantastic Four. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of this whole series, it was still better than
Yeah, I like Am Groot, but frankly, like Fantastic Four was like as I rewatched the Fantastic Four movies for like the final 3 movies I watched. Honestly, Fantastic Four.
The thing is,
pretty good.
Like I said, it's not the movie itself. It's that it was probably the first series comic I read, and this one, the characters felt wrong to me. They didn't feel like them. They felt very like made for the show or made for the movie, and whereas the other Fantastic Four felt pulled straight out of the comics. It was a different feel to the characters, and this one, and I mean that could just be me.
I had fun with it.
I'm not saying it wasn't fun. I just said that.
Yeah, I mean either way, it surpasses
Yeah.
I Am Groot.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 versus Elektra on number 29.
Ironically, this is pretty hard.
No. No.
You might have the two worst movies.
No, I like Spider-Man 3 villains.
I like Sandman. I think Sandman had a good setup. So I will go with Spider-Man 3 because Elektra was hilariously bad, and that has to count.
I feel bad about Daredevil. Elektra, I felt was like I got mad because both of the main characters should have died.
Well, both the main characters should have died in Daredevil, but they didn't.
Yeah, but then you have people like Bullseye and the Kingpin with like the smoothest voice of all time.
Yeah, but
and then you have like them
like,
jumping and flying.
She was like literally, she was literally ran through, and she was like, "Nope, I'm fine." And then like,
yeah, okay, cool. She freaking Elektra got kissed by Lady Death and survived.
So well, yeah,
I will say one good thing about Elektra: the tattoo villain, really cool villain.
Spider-Man 3 can move on.
Madam Web versus Eternals.
Eternals wasn't that bad. I'm gonna go with Eternals.
Eternals all the way. We've specified how bad Madam Web was. Yes.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about Madam Web anymore. Like you can watch the first 5 minutes of the movie and leave.
We might talk about it the next time we do
yeah,
these because
it's gonna be a harder.
Yeah. Avengers Infinity War versus Thor.
You know, I like Thor, but it's not better than Infinity War.
I mean, Thor was a lot of Infinity War. That's a man. Infinity War goes on. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse versus Guardians of the Galaxy.
Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, the first one.
I'm going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I like...
This one actually hurts my eyes.
It's the whole thing of Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, you have to give it to the whole thing of it had. I think it had so much lore. You basically can't do a lot moving forward how Guardians of the Galaxy the way the MCU was, but the whole thing of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's very specific to those two movies, and maybe Spider-Man Noir coming out later.
Okay, because mostly I've been, even before this, I was like, dude, I'm going to fight if any of these movies I think are, horrible or moving on. Yeah. But these two movies are amazing. I can't...
No, it's good.
So it's hard for me to choose in general. I honestly, either way, cut and goes for it.
But I'm just going with...
Guardians of the Galaxy works for me. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Plus, I get the soundtrack.
Okay.
I love you, Spider-Man. But Guardians of the Galaxy wins that one.
Okay.
Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer versus Secret Invasion. I know my answer for this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go Secret Invasion.
I'm gonna go with Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Because it's funny. That movie I find as funny bad.
But the thing is...
Secret Invasion had Nick Fury.
Yeah.
That's all I can say for it. Wow. What other Marvel movie can you say has Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine in it?
This was the one that killed Fantastic Four for me, for a long time.
And trust me, like I said, Nick, there are gonna probably be a bunch of other movies that
No.
Avengers Endgame versus Morbius. I am not kidding.
It's Morbid time.
It's Morbid time.
Ironically.
Guys, we have to vote Morbius. Come on.
No, you gotta go Endgame.
Endgame all the way.
Even though he didn't actually say that, and the movie wasn't all that bad. I didn't actually hate the movie. I'm not gonna say
it was funny bad though. I will admit that it was funny bad.
You know what? Ironically, and I've said this since it came out, if it was just a vampire movie and it had nothing to do with Marvel, it'd have been fine.
Avengers: Age of Ultron versus the Wolverine.
No, we don't have to roll for this. This is Age of Ultron.
Yes.
I like the Wolverine, but I'm not gonna. But
Again, I have a lot to say about the Wolverine. I'll probably say in the when Doomsday comes out, because we're doing the next video with Doomsday and it's harder decisions.
yeah,
But Hawkeye versus Captain America: Civil War.
okay, I'm gonna go with Civil War, but I liked Hawkeye, especially the scenes with Kate Bishop and
There's a lot
And
of
the
fun
Black
to
Widow.
be had with Hawkeye.
I kind of like the whole dynamic between
Civil War is definitely important.
No,
but,
no,
like,
no,
Hawkeye was.
no, because they kind of showed the dynamic of the new Black Widow and the new Hawkeye, how they were kind of had the same dynamic as the old Hawkeye and Black Widow. I thought that was kind of a cool mirror effect that Hawkeye, no matter what, always tries to keep Black Widow from killing people.
But Civil War, because Civil War is
Yeah.
very. It
Yeah.
speaks to you. Doctor Strange versus Iron Man 3.
Doctor Strange versus Iron Man 3. Oh, yeah. Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange all the way, as even before I made this list. Even though I've seen now worse movies, Iron Man 3, like with the MCU,
It
well,
could be the most meh MCU movie.
even on its own, like,
Yeah, even as it's just its own movie, it's not good.
it's not good, no.
Well, they kind of undid the whole movie by the end of the movie because it didn't need to exist and
Yeah.
to go forward.
Iron Man versus X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like that X-Men Apocalypse might have been the worst MC.
Again,
MCU,
as I rewatched the
Fox movie.
X-Men movies, I wrote down like what I thought about them. What I thought about Apocalypse, they kind of got a little bit worse from the trilogy, the First Class trilogy.
Yeah.
After
You know, that's not why I didn't like Apocalypse. The whole thing of why I didn't like Apocalypse is that people that know who Apocalypse is, he's supposed to be like the Thanos of the X-Men series.
But I always loved myself some Quicksilver, but that's
And
also
it just didn't. It just never felt like it. It felt like a joke version of Thanos. Like there was never any like danger to that like villain because you have to build
he
up.
just
to
wanted to understand the universe. That's why he wanted to destroy it.
which isn't even his story.
The Incredible Hulk versus Miss Marvel.
Okay, Miss Marvel is actually a good series.
Yeah.
I actually think that it probably did the most with the comic of probably any of the series, but the Incredible Hulk was just, it kind of made him like, he was literally invincible in that movie, and it was funny how he was trying to give Betty the whole, on how to keep her calm in like high stress situations. I found that hilarious. But I'm gonna go with Incredible Hulk.
I'll also go with the Incredible Hulk because I like Miss Marvel. The beginning of it was a little bit,
Oh yeah.
but like then it went through the end, and I was like, while the Incredible Hulk, I just like
Yeah.
was just focused on.
Yeah.
X2 versus Deadpool.
This one's hard. This one is ironically hard.
Not for me.
I really like X2. But I can't vote against Deadpool.
I can.
Not really?
Yes. I don't like the fact that most of Deadpool is the most, like, it's basically like The Proposal versus X2. Because that's what most of Deadpool, like, it felt more like a romantic, like.
Well, it was released on Valentine's Day.
True. It's just. It doesn't feel like a like, true. Like, a lot of Deadpool's got that, like, kind of humor, kind of stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm just looking at that movie on its own, and I'm like, This doesn't feel like Deadpool.
No, I think it was done as good as you could do a Deadpool movie.
I don't know, man. Deadpool 2
But-
brought that for me.
To say the thing I didn't like about X2, and I didn't like Lady Deathstrike. How they never really you knew who she was, but they really never showed what she could do, how she was as skilled as Wolverine. And I think was kind of the whole, like, if you saw the early X-Men like Fox Marvel movies, you notice that was a pattern, is that the early Fox Marvel movies, they brought in these characters, the fans knew who they were, but they never really introduced them all that well to the non-fans. And a lot of characters suffered the same way. And I'm going to say that, if it's Deadpool, now if this was another movie, that wouldn't be an aspect, but because the whole joke about Deadpool was that he was just chasing a guy named Francis, that was funny. And then he was doing stuff with Colossus, and so I'm going to go with that Deadpool. But we can roll for it if you want.
I'm good to roll with this
All
one.
right.
All right, ready?
Yep.
You know what? You roll first because Deadpool is first on the list.
11.
Domino, don't fail me now. Domino's a real superpower. 4.
Apparently the superpower is getting an 11. So Deadpool moves on.
X-Men versus Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Ooh. Actually, this is, for me, really hard. This is really hard.
I know what I'm thinking. But then again, honestly, you probably have the experience that I had with Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness with X-Men, where I've watched it multiple times, not only in theaters, but at home and watched it. I watched X-Men like maybe twice.
Okay, I'm going to go with X-Men.
I saw that movie twice. It was good. It's just, I mean...
Again, even looking at the problems of that they didn't introduce the villains well in the early, and I admit that the whole thing of the first version of Wolverine being Hugh Jackman, the whole thing of his powers working for the first time after him basically being in a car accident. I think that had, and the Multiverse of Madness, I liked it, but I hated the ending. There was other options. It's like in the whole Infinity War, they're like, there are 12,000 universes, and I'm like, but in Multiverse of Madness, you couldn't have found one. You couldn't. That was there.
To be fair, in What If, he actually tried, and he still couldn't do that. That turned into X-Men so that Doctor Strange could be father of X-Men. Hold on, this could add up.
No, but I do. Like I said, I liked Multiverse of Madness, but there are things I didn't like about it that were key to the story, where X-Men, I don't think there would have been.
I mean, honestly,
I don't think there would be an MCU if they went out for X-Men.
Well, for some movies, debatable, but like,
I think back then it was X-Men and Spider-Man, and
yeah,
and if it would have flopped, I don't know if they would have made a Spider-Man 2.
The thing with X-Men for me,
yeah,
I thought it was just okay. Like it was, I'm not fighting against X-Men.
I think we're gonna have another roll.
Yeah. All right, and since X-Men is first, you roll first. 5. All right. throwing through the portal. Hold on. Let me try to.
Snake Eyes. No.
10.
Damn.
He doesn't have powers. Black Widow versus the first Spider-Man.
No, it's the first Spider-Man. Black Widow.
Yeah.
I don't think Black Widow was bad. I do admit that
I find the story to be weird.
Taskmaster was mishandled.
And also, I'm going to say this because this is not really a spoiler. There's a scene where Black Widow is falling out of a plane.
Yeah.
That is probably the worst CGI sky I ever seen. I saw it in the drive-in, and I saw this. I was like, whoa. You had so many skies to pick throughout the entire multiverse, and this is probably the worst one.
Okay.
X-Men Dark Phoenix versus Logan.
Oh no, this isn't a hard Logan.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Logan. I'm not the fan like other people are, but I admit what it is to other people.
Yeah.
And it was important to other people.
You know what wasn't important? X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, that movie was not. That movie could be forgotten and no one would care. So while I'm not the biggest fan of Logan, I also understand that.
And it made it feel like most of the movies, like First Class, felt like it didn't exist. Which I love First Class, so that's a crime.
That had a lot to do with the whole, because it was doing the storyline continuing from House of M, and I think you needed that House of M to explain why that movie was going that way.
Okay, and Venom Let There Be Carnage versus Thor the Dark World.
I'm gonna go Thor.
I'll also go with Thor the Dark World, but not for the reason you...
Yeah.
But because, like...
Thor...
I don't think it's as bad as most people think.
No, I just don't think Venom 2 was that good. I mean, Carnage was the best Spider-Man villain, like, I think hands down, and I think they mishandled him in such a bad way. Like,
also, they also gave Kat Dennings more of a role with her character, and yeah. All right, now we're on to the next part for this. Next round. X-Men First Class versus Werewolf by Night.
Okay, this is going to be hard. I think it's... Ooh, I love X-Men First Class, but I really like Werewolf by Night. I'm going to go with Werewolf by Night.
I'll go X-Men First Class.
I figured. This 2, 4. So
okay,
it's
Werewolf by Night. Iron Man Brand New Day versus Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
No, I'm going to go with Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I also agree with that. I love Wakanda Forever. I think it's important.
Like
soulfully important, but Brand New Day, I mean, man, that movie was emotional.
Yeah. So,
like in all the right ways. Fantastic Four, The First Steps versus Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I'm going to go with Fantastic Four. I mean, again, nothing against the...
Okay, you know what? For this one, I'm going to buckle up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to go with Fantastic Four because that was a great movie.
Yeah.
I love Ant-Man and Wasp. I still think it's the funniest, but man, again, for how like emotionally impactful it was, Fantastic Four wins that. Moon Knight versus the Avengers.
Oh, it's going to be Avengers all day. I mean, I like Moon Knight, but it's...
I watched the Avengers over and over.
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
But Moon Knight, man, I don't know what it is, bro.
So you're going to pick up Moon Knight over the Avengers? That's okay. I mean...
there is something about it that...
No, I get it. I like Moon Knight. So I understand.
Yeah.
But
6.
Okay, so
Moon Knight goes on. Ironheart versus Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
It's going to be Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that one's easy. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That one's...
Yeah.
Captain America the Winter Soldier versus Spider-Man 2.
I'm going to go with Winter Soldier.
I'm also going to go with Winter Soldier because I thought Spider-Man 2 was good, but not as good as what people said to me. Spider-Man No Way Home versus Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
I like Wasp. I like Quantumania, but I don't think it's going to be better.
Yeah, this is another one I'm going to have to buckle up on because...
Yeah, it's Spider-Man. It's going to be Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man No Way Home. Captain America Brave New World versus Loki.
I'm not going to waste a dice roll. So, even though I do like Captain America Brave New World, we only have 2 more dice rolls left.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to waste a dice roll. I'm going to go with Loki's fine.
Loki was awesome.
Loki was awesome. I'm just saying that I did like Captain America Brave New World better, but I'm not going to waste a dice roll.
All right. Deadpool and Wolverine versus Iron Man 2.
Oh, Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, no question there. The Marvels versus Venom.
That's a good question. Again, I think the Marvels was better than people gave it credit for, but it's still Venom, and so I'm going to go with Venom.
I actually would pick the Marvels. I'm not going to lie. But I don't know if it's Venom. Okay, you know what? Venom can go on. Because, like you said, I don't want to waste a dice roll on this one.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm fine with either of these going on.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that these 2 movies, I'm actually good with either way. It's like, I like Venom, but I actually thought the Marvels was way overhated. And I actually think they fixed a lot of the problems from Captain Marvel.
Next one, Ant-Man versus Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Because it's the second one, I'm going to go with Ant-Man. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Ego.
This is the second time he voted for Ant-Man when I didn't think he would.
Well, no, because I wasn't the biggest fan of Ego.
Deadpool 2 versus Venom The Last Dance.
I'm going to go with Last Dance. I like Deadpool 2, but... Oh, wait. Maybe... I don't know, this one's hard. You know, I'm going to go with Deadpool. Yeah, I'd go with Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2! I also was going to vote for that too, because... Again, the ending was kind of weird, but like, I still like The Last Dance. It's just the ending, not the part where Maroon 5 sings Memories. That's not a spoiler because I don't say what happens with that scene.
Yeah,
but okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 versus What If.
I love the whole aspect of.
Don't you love how the dog growled when I said Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Star-Lord and Nebula might have my favorite back and forth in the MCU. So that's hard to ignore. That Nebula and Star-Lord.
Both of these are like superior to each other, so I have no idea what I'd pick.
Go with What If.
Right.
Not because I don't know if it's better, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that one because I don't want it to come down to the.
I'm fine with either of them going forward. So.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special versus Fantastic Four.
Holiday Special.
All right.
Again, I did like the whole aspect of the Fantastic Four, like characters.
Spider-Man 3 versus Eternals.
Ironically, Eternals. The only thing I liked about Spider-Man 3 was Sandman.
I'm also fine with Eternals because I love Eternals.
The only thing I liked about Spider-Man 3 was Sandman.
I liked all the villains. It's just Eternals.
I hated their version of Venom.
All right. Avengers Infinity War versus Guardians of the Galaxy.
Now I wish I would have picked Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because I'm going to go with Infinity War.
Like the Spider-Man question. Both Guardians of the Galaxy are in both movies. Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer versus Avengers Endgame.
I don't know how Rise of the Silver Surfer got this far, so I'm gonna go with Endgame.
I mean, I like the movie, but you know what? Endgame is too Endgame.
Yeah.
Avengers: Age of Ultron versus Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, this is hard. Honestly, I'm going to go with Age of Ultron.
Again, this is one where either of them could go through, and I'll be fine with it. So I'll go with Age of Ultron. Civil War was good too because it actually brought in Spider-Man.
But it's not for that.
I made them fight.
I think that the reason I'm picking the Age of Ultron is because not only did it bring in Scarlet Witch and the whole, it was also one of the last movies where Hulk was kind of mattered. I mean, I'm not gonna give out Spider-Man, but the new Spider-Man, but
well, it's in the trailer.
Yeah, so he matters in this movie, but for a long, long time he hasn't mattered.
Okay,
so.
Doctor Strange versus Iron Man.
Oh, this is hard. I'm gonna go with Iron Man.
I have to too.
Yeah.
I love Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Oh no, that means the next round is gonna be hard.
Okay, The Incredible Hulk versus Deadpool.
Okay, I gotta go with Deadpool. I mean,
I'll put Deadpool in because I like The Incredible Hulk, but I mean, I don't really care for Deadpool.
The whole thing where he punched Colossus in the ball and he broke his hand.
Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness versus Spider-Man.
The Tobey Maguire one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I just want to say, I was going to say, remember who won the fight in No Way Home? With math? Because math is always superior.
In all fairness, the first Spider-Man was probably the smartest Spider-Man.
Logan versus Thor: The Dark World.
Unironically, Thor: The Dark World.
Agreed. It was very long and drawn out until the Wolverine fight, which I loved. And then he saved a whole bunch of people from a forest, kids from a forest. Is kind of sweet at the end. But
I hated the hospital scene. I hated, the whole stuff with Professor X just made me sad. And I understand that was the point. I do. But
remember, these choices are going to get harder and harder.
Yeah.
Okay. Werewolf by Night versus Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I really like Werewolf by Night, but I will go with Brand New Day.
I will also go by Brand New Day, even though I do love myself some Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, I'm going to go, that's the first thing I'm going to watch in October.
Fantastic Four: The First Steps versus Moon Knight.
No, Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. I also agree. Because even though Moon Knight is a superior TV show, Fantastic Four: The First Steps is Fantastic Four: The First Steps.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse versus Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
I'm going to go with Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Okay. I actually think I want to use a dice roll on this one. Because I loved Across the Spider-Verse. I think, even though I do love Captain America: The Winter Soldier, this one specifically,
I really did. The whole aspect of it just being a movie centered around Bucky, Natasha, and Captain America, like nothing else. And then it was the introduction of Falcon. On your left. No, without that, and that's the whole scene from Infinity War that gets memed, and that's where it started. He's like, don't say it, and then it came back around in Infinity War.
True. Have you ever thought about this though? Spider-Man.
Yeah, we have it like 4 other times on this list.
But that's a good argument. Kowalski analysis. Captain America: The Winter Soldier moves on.
Cool.
Spider-Man: No Way Home versus Loki, which is actually a really hard choice considering they're both important right now, specifically to the MCU.
Yeah, it is, and especially Loki. I think Loki might be actually more important.
I'm
Weirdly
excited for
more
what they do
important.
with him specifically
Yeah.
for Doomsday.
I'm going to go with No Way Home. I almost hate to say that because Loki is good.
Loki is. Go watch first and
But-
second season. Both of them. So good.
But the problem is with Loki is it is the whole thing of there are other shows that would put above it anyway. So and that's just me.
That's actually a questionable thing for me because I'm like, even Moon Knight, I would have a difficult time choosing because I love Moon Knight personally, but Loki, in a general statement, I know how important it is.
Yeah. No, but there are shows that I know I'm going to put.
Okay,
above
actually,
Loki.
this one's kind of just funny to look at, like, kind of
Yeah.
both. It's like Deadpool and Wolverine versus Venom.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Deadpool Wolverine.
Deadpool, Wolverine, yeah. Alright. Ant-Man versus Deadpool 2.
This is hard.
If only Ant-Man was against Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm just saying, then he'd have the Wow Paul Rudd finally aged versus Ant-Man.
Fine. Let's go with Ant-Man. Just because I just think the villain is cooler. I actually prefer Yellow Jacket to Juggernaut.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 is really good. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, and the whole like I said, I love the whole X Factor thing, but
Okay, What If versus the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
this is hard because I like them both for different reasons. But, and this is what I could have used to defend the first Avenger. I've said this in other lists. The holiday special is great, but it's still a holiday special. You're not going to watch it all the time.
And Captain America is boring, but you know what? I'm fine with What If. I'm still fine with What If. Because I love What If.
Okay.
Eternals versus Avengers Infinity War.
Oh, Infinity War.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. I love Eternals, but man, Infinity War with Eternals, and I'm like, Infinity War. Avengers Endgame versus Avengers Age of Ultron.
This is actually hard for me. Because I do like it. Yeah, I do like Endgame, but I do like just. But I'm not gonna lie. I like Ultron as a villain better than Thanos in a lot of ways. Yeah, I guess an Infinity War. Sorry.
Endgame. Iron Man versus Deadpool.
Iron Man versus Deadpool. I'm gonna go with Deadpool.
I'm gonna go with Iron Man.
I knew you were, but I have to go with Deadpool. I mean, I love Iron Man, but
So you're telling me you want to roll for this?
yeah.
All right.
Forgot. Okay, I can still tie.
He did it! Iron Man! Spider-Man versus Thor: The Dark World.
I'm gonna go with
Reminder,
Spider-Man.
this is the first Spider-Man.
I'm gonna go with Spider-Man.
Yeah, me too. Next one. Spider-Man Brand New Day versus Fantastic Four: The First Steps. You want to control the honors with this one?
I love Brand New Day. Okay, I do. I really do. And might bother a lot of people, but it's, like I said, as a connection.
Watch it and you'll understand.
They may not, and that's okay.
Or you might not.
Other people don't have to agree with me. But Fantastic Four, again, I have an emotional connection with. And
I got an emotional connection with both of these, but let me tell you something right now. I knew you were going to say Fantastic Four: The First Steps.
Yeah.
And I agree.
Yeah, I love Brand New Day. But this one...
I will say something that's not a spoiler. It doesn't do something I thought I know that's a dumb thing to say about a great movie, but it's still good. It's still a good movie. It doesn't do something I wish they did, but you know what? It's still an amazing movie.
The thing is with Fantastic Four, the best versions of the characters. Whereas Spider-Man Brand New Day, it took 4 movies to get there. So, and that's all I'm gonna say is that yes, I think Spider-Man, a Spider-Man Brand New Day is an amazing movie, but the first steps, it kind of did every second of that movie mattered.
Okay. Captain America: The Winter Soldier versus Spider-Man: No Way Home.
We're gonna fight. I'm gonna go with Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Here's my thing. I know this is our last dice roll. That's my thing about it. Because if No Way Home wins, that means the first steps goes against No Way Home. And that's going to be tricky.
Yeah. Okay, let's go with take Captain America off, even though I do.
I love, No Way Home for me, bro. Deadpool and Wolverine versus Ant-Man. Wow, Paul Rudd has aged. I was going to sound like Scooby for a second there. Ruh-roh!
I think it's gonna be Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine. It literally made fun of Ant-Man in the movie. What If versus Avengers Infinity War.
Okay, it's gotta be Infinity War. It just does.
Like one of the best movies versus one of the best TV shows. So
Yeah.
And trust me, let me tell you, the next list that we do for this next time,
Yeah.
way harder.
Yeah, and just because like these matchups may go a different way in the next list. This we're doing a lot of these because of how we feel about these movies right now, but we're probably gonna have.
This
to
is
watch
actually
them.
a good one. Avengers Endgame versus Iron Man. Because one of these won't exist without the other.
Yeah, that's true. Endgame is basically an Iron Man movie.
I can say mine. I think Endgame should go for it.
Yeah, but then we'd have Endgame versus Infinity War.
Not true.
No. Okay, we can do. I mean, we can eliminate Iron Man.
All right. Sorry, Iron Man. Rest in peace. This is the second time he died. Fantastic Four: The First Steps versus Spider-Man: No Way Home. I think this is the dice roll I was waiting for.
I kind of think it should be No Way Home or the First Steps, but we can do your dice roll.
Yeah. All right. You go first since you are the first movie on the list.
6. You got a tie to send it to another round.
Hold on. We can try to do this right.
1.
Did all that for nothing.
No, that's a very Tom Holland like roll. The only thing you didn't call it for. No. Like I said, I love this Spider-Man.
All right. Deadpool and Wolverine versus Avengers Infinity War.
Ooh.
That's actually a hard choice.
Yeah. Oh.
A strangely hard choice actually, because you never really think about it until they're right put.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with. I guess I'm going to go with Avengers: Infinity War.
You know what? I agree. I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine are looking like a snack over there.
You want to choose Deadpool and Wolverine? You want?
Okay. Also,
The thing is, I don't care which one of these goes in. It's not that it's like I have an opinion. I love both of these
honestly,
movies.
even if I erase Infinity War, I'd still feel like.
Yeah, we did. Like, this is the problem. Is like no matter what you do, it's always something wrong. But that's how it should feel.
I can't get rid of Deadpool and Wolverine. It's gonna hurt. It feels like the blip just happened, through a fantastic movie. Anyway, Avengers Endgame versus Spider-Man.
I think we have to go with Endgame.
Yeah, that one's. Yeah.
I mean, as much as Tobey Maguire's.
Okay, which brings us. What's gonna go against Endgame? The Fantastic Four, The First Steps, or Infinity War? Like
I'm gonna go with First Steps. I know, but
You know what's funny? When Infinity War, like,
no, we can do Infinity War.
yeah, when Infinity War first came out, like, I remember, like, for a few months, people didn't like it that it was like the first part of something,
I think that happens. Like it was like
and now, like, people are looking at it like, wow, and like heard
well, because
everybody talk about.
it took almost a year because it was like waiting for the Harry Potters or waiting for any other part movies. It was annoying when it first came out because you're waiting, but now that you have access to both parts, you're like, oh, okay.
I feel like it would be a crime if I said that First Steps should go on.
Because I will be fighting for it a lot harder in the next list.
Yeah, because we're doing this another round with harder choices. These are hand-picked choices by me, and I know what he doesn't like and likes. So it's going to be hard for him and me.
Especially him.
No one wins.
Okay, and now we got Infinity War versus Endgame.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted First Steps to go, because it's like now we basically have the same movie versus the same movie.
Yeah. Funny enough, I made these two go with a specific other movie that kind of goes with each other.
But
I'm not going to tell you what, because I zip my lips for that.
But I know it's probably not. I'm going to go with Infinity War over Endgame. I liked.
I've heard that's. You know what? You might think that's not a popular opinion. Everybody from my job I work at would agree with you.
I like Endgame. I actually preferred the Infinity War part of it. Like, even though I love the movie, I'm gonna go with it. Infinity War.
Drive a hard bargain, son.
Or do we have one more roll or no?
You know what? I do love Endgame. I do love Endgame a lot. But you know what? That is hard to argue. Endgame basically had like for some parts of it, it's
better, but
nah. I was joking around. I think Infinity War takes this. You know what? And that takes it. This is a long video. I'll tell you, Infinity War winning, no shocker to
Marvel.
Everybody I work with,
or
because
Marvel,
most people,
or a lot of Marvel fans, honestly, you knew it was going to be in the
again,
top 5.
like I said earlier, people like after Infinity War, after they watched Infinity War, were like, I mean, why is there a second part? And it's like, well, this is the first part of the movie. This is gonna suck. Then, like, after years gone by, now this is the most talked about like Marvel movie at my job.
But also, and it's also the whole thing of
besides Brand New Day.
And when we do the hardcore version of this, probably include Doomsday. And some of these choices might be different. We might make more harder arguments, and
these are going to feature. Honestly, the next one could be a live stream if we want.
But we'll talk about it. But it'll definitely be in multiple parts.
300 views on this video. We'll turn that into a live stream.
I guess, or we'll get other people involved. Maybe we'll get like some more people that has been with an Alchemedia involved into the next list.
Yes.
Okay.
We could do either or, but I still agree. If this hits 300 views,
we'll do something special.
Thank you for watching, Alchemedians.
If you made it here, there's no choice but to subscribe. That's the law. We thank you for watching to this point, and you probably were wanting either one to work. So yeah, and if you have one that's just
Or if like one of the movies that you liked better, comment down below.
But if you want to suggest it, we'll try our best before the next list. Okay.
Love you all, comedians.
Take care.